Gentlemen, welcome back to the Tiege Hanley Starting a Business, Building a Brand vlog. This one, big number 86. So, what's happening with us? What's happening with you? That's really the question. I hope you're well. You look fantastic. Keep it up. Anyway, I originally was planning on doing nothing but sort of answering your questions from last vlog, and I'm going to do that a little bit later. But first, I'd like to actually... this isn't really a business vlog as much as it is just like a personal, something I've been dealing with. And it kind of relates because it has to do with YouTube and videos and content and stuff like that. But it's just, it might be something that you find yourself struggling with at some point. And so I just wanted to talk about it a little bit. I've been feeling weird the last few weeks. I felt uncomfortable. And I didn't know why. I felt like, I think looking back, I feel like I might have been like struggling a little bit with like a mild mini depression. I think more than anything, it was an identity crisis. The story is this. Okay, so I've been making YouTube videos for a really long time, right? And I have been making similar content for a really long time. I don't want to pat myself on the back, but I was pretty much sort of the pioneer in the men's lifestyle space. When I first started, it was just about style. And then I transitioned to grooming, and then it was relationships, and then it was, you know, just life in general. And what's happened over the course of the past, 8 years or however long I've been doing it, there have been a lot of other guys that have sort of come into the space. Like, Antonio's been around for a long time, but like Jose, teaching men's fashion, and a lot of other guys. Well, one of the issues is that I feel like I lost my identity a little bit because everybody kind of is doing very similar content. And it's like 5 tips to be more attractive to women and 5 tips to be, and all that stuff. And so I've been looking at that lately, and one of the things that's hard for me and frustrating for me is that with the advertising that I do, I post 3 videos a week. I've been posting 3 videos a week for a really long time, and in my head, I always thought, well, I can't put out more than that because people won't watch it, or I don't want to oversaturate, my audience with videos. And so I also was under the misconception that I needed to basically put out a video and then give it 2 days to sort of blossom and mature, and then put out another video and let it have room to breathe. And what I have come to realize over the course of the past 6 months is that I'm totally wrong. that more is actually better in the world of YouTube, and people that put out content consistently, frequently, are the ones that are going to grow the fastest. What I've come to realize is that if you put out great content, people will watch it. If it's interesting, if it's compelling, if it resonates with the viewer, they'll watch it. It doesn't matter if you put out a video every single day, they'll watch it if it's good. So I was putting out like 3 sponsored videos a week, and when I wasn't being sponsored by like a brand, I was doing a promotion for Pete and Pedro, Tiege Hanley. And so it was like just this constant, sponsorship, promotional content. And, and I tried, and I like to think that my content is still pretty good, but at the end of the day, I felt like I was chasing views a little bit, and I was chasing, like I would get really upset when I would have a video and it wouldn't do well. Like the first 24 hours it didn't do like 200,000 views. I'd be like super bummed out and hard on myself and be like, oh, I suck. And so I had a few videos in a row that didn't do that great. And it really sort of threw me into this like emotional, like, what the hell am I doing? It was hard for me. And I didn't understand really why or what was going on or why I was feeling so sort of out of sorts and just not right and trying to... And after a little bit of time and really thinking about it, what I've come to in terms of a conclusion is that There are a few things. A, I feel like I lost my identity. I feel like my identity was stolen a little bit by these other content creators. Now, of course, they're going to do what's smart for them, and what's smart for them is if I do a video on a topic, and it's popular, they're going to be like, hey, that was popular. I'm going to do a similar video, and it's going to be popular for me. And so, feeling like my identity was stolen a little bit. And I like to think that I was, kind of cutting edge and pioneering in this space. But the fact that I was just kind of stuck in this rut promoting all these products and doing sort of consistent product promotions and not putting out content that I love and that I think is great was something that was bothering me. And so I was frustrated. My videos weren't doing that great. Everybody else, it seemed like, was doing really well, and I feel like I kind of lost my identity a little bit. And so I had to figure out what to do. And what I decided, and what the conclusion that I came to, was basically that I'm going to start putting out more content. I'm going to start pushing the boundary. I'm going to start pushing my comfort zone. And I'm going to start putting out more content. I'm right now planning on putting out 4, possibly 5 videos a week. The other crazy thing is that on my website, I'm already publishing on my website 5 videos a week. For the past 4 years, I've put out 5 videos a week. So I just have this crazy amount of content, most of which is not public on YouTube. That being said, I feel like I can do better. I feel like my videos are an evolution and they get better. My, sort of YouTubing and my personality and my sort of my craft is getting better. And so I don't necessarily want to put out my videos that are unpublished. I want to create new content, fresh content. And so the other day, I actually filmed a first in a series called Alpha M Style Safari. Give you sort of the premise is I went to the mall. And I took my video camera, vlog style, and the idea is that I am going hunting for men's essentials. But each episode, I'm going to hunt for one specific essential. So the first episode, which will air this Wednesday, make sure to tune in, I'm hunting for the perfect white essential t-shirt. Every guy needs a white plain t-shirt, not a pocket, just a crew neck t-shirt. And so what I did was I went and bought 5 different t-shirts from 5 different companies or 5 different stores. I brought them back to my studio, and then I basically reviewed them and said, hey, on a scale of 1 to 10, the fit is this. On a scale of 1 to 10, the fabric is this, the value, and I basically rate the different brands essential. And the idea is that this is going to be a cool series that I can keep doing and something different. Because when I looked around, haul videos, everybody's done them. $100 challenge, everybody's done them. But I wanted to do something fresh and really give value. And so I thought this would be a cool thing. And so I went out and I did it. And I got to tell you, it felt so incredible to do something and push my own boundaries that all of a sudden, the day after I filmed that, it's like the creativity floodgates have just like been like unleashed. Once I made the decision, Aaron, this is what you're going to do. You're going to put out more content. If you get crappy views, so be it. Put out content that you love. Everything changed. All of a sudden, I'm like, wow. I'm like, this is great. I feel good. Creatively, I'm more creative now than I've been in probably the past year. I feel incredible, but it couldn't have happened unless I was uncomfortable. And I guess kind of that's the moral of my own sort of, my issue is that sometimes you got to be uncomfortable in order to make a change. Because honestly, I have a formula. I've got a formula, it works. You do a video, you have a sponsor, you talk about this, you promote this, you make money, you sell products, people get views, you like the view, everything works. It was a great formula and it still works. I just feel like sometimes, especially when you're, like, I'm a creative guy, right? Money is great. I love money, money's fantastic and all that, but really for me, what money represents is freedom. Freedom to make better choices, freedom to not be somebody's bitch. And once my basic needs were met and I had enough money that I didn't have to worry about paying my electric bill every single month, my creativity sort of blossomed. And the part of my brain that was focused and fixated on need and hustling and money and worrying and, oh my gosh, what if I can't pay my car payment? Once that was taken away, it's like I had extra brain space and it was used for creativity. And so I need, and I'm the type of person that needs a goal. You know, and that's one of the reasons why Tiege Hanley in this vlog has been so amazing and therapeutic for me, is that it's something that is not easy. It's something that takes a lot of work, and it's something that I'm having to, and Rob's having to, and Kelly's having to, everybody's having to figure out. And it's this figuring out and having this goal, downrange, long range, that we're working towards, and figuring it out together, and having roadblocks. And honestly, things when they're not good are good, because it's forcing us to think about things in a way that we wouldn't think of, and push ourselves, and it challenges us. But that being said, you know, there are things that we're still trying to work out, and we are definitely not where we want to be. And so the beat goes on. and so anyway, I just wanted to sort of talk to you, because I don't really have a place to sort of, you know, vent, and I feel like this vlog is a little bit of my personal release, and lets me kind of just talk about things that are happening with me personally as well. And so thanks for letting me sort of hijack this vlog and be selfish and talk to you about things that I'm dealing with. But who knows? I'm sure that some of you are dealing with something similar, or will deal with something similar in the future. And just know that you got to push yourself. You got to push yourself creatively. You've got to push yourself as a business. You've got to push yourself past the point of comfort. Because when you get comfort, for me, being comfortable is the most uncomfortable place, because I feel like I'm not doing something. For my entire life, it's about goals. It's about reaching for something. And when I didn't have that, when it's like, shit, I'm cool financially. What am I working towards? I'm successful on YouTube. You know, it's like, what is my goal? Where am I going? What do I need to do in order to reach that next level and that next sort of pinnacle of personal success? Because at the end of the day, it's about personal fulfillment, personal satisfaction. And when that stops sort of happening, I'm a mess. I'm a mess emotionally. And so the realization and actualization of, hey, this is what's happening, things need to change, you need to get off your ass and push yourself. Push yourself past your comfort zone, get out of the formula, just go. Do what you love, figure out that next evolution, that next iteration. And that's one of the reasons I'm so excited about the Alpha M project. That's like here. And literally, I just announced I called the winners yesterday and let them know, yo, you win, and we're actually flying the first person here this coming Thursday on the 20th. And so that is awesome. That is incredible. It's beautiful content. But remember, you might not have seen that video, but when I was sort of putting off doing that, I'm like, yeah, because I was comfortable. I was being lazy because everything was good, and I was just being lazy. And I realized that something needed to change. And so I'm changing, and I hope you're ready for it, because I am super excited. So anyway, guys, now let's get to a few questions. I'm sorry, not really sorry. Thank you for listening. The first question is from Jimmy Moonshine. He's got a few questions. One question is, why don't you make sample sets where people can sign up through the website and get their free samples of the new Tiege Hanley sample set? They pay for shipping, blah, blah, blah. Great idea. Unfortunately, it's still expensive to make a sample set. It's still expensive to send and ship, and it's not like, oh, they're half the size, so it's half the cost. It doesn't work like that, because the packaging is expensive. I mean, you know, and going from a large package to a small package is really not much, if any, difference in terms of price. Now, sure, you can change the packaging and do, you know, little tearaway things, but it's just not a focus of ours right now. Not to say that we won't in the future. If we come out with more products, maybe, but right now that is definitely low on our priority list. But another thing he wants to know is, can you bring women into the vlog and talk about their opinion? And he said, what's your wife's thoughts about Tiege Hanley after you used it? Well, she uses it. So, if that tells you anything, She uses it. There was another comment saying the main thing Tiege is missing right now is an entry product. It's incredibly hard to sell $35 subscription to someone who's never purchased from you. That's why we have a $25 one. Thank you for your feedback, but we've sold, it's not that hard apparently. It's hard, but we've sold a lot. So, you know, everybody, and here's the other thing. Everybody is going to give you and offer you opinions and advice on how you should run your business. And these are great ideas. And yes, I've heard from many people say you need an entry-level product. I just the other day got off the phone with my friend Mike over at the Grooming Lounge, who was like, oh, you could do an entry product, and if you just cut out this product from your, you know, level 1 system, then you could have an entry, charge less. I'm like, yeah, but then it's not the system. That if you only give them one moisturizer, they're missing one. When I say that it is about the system and the products we give you are the products that you need, not like should have, but the ones that you need, I'm not like, we're not kidding. You need these products. If you're using an AM moisturizer with an SPF, you need to use one in the evening. And you shouldn't probably be sleeping with an SPF moisturizer at night. And so they're different moisturizers. So unfortunately, we can't get these things any cheaper or more cheaper than they are. They are super affordable for what you're getting, like we talked about last time. So it's not going to be for everybody. And that's the other thing, and something else that you need to remember. You're not for everybody. If you have a business, if you have a product, if you're trying to sell something, if you have a service, not everybody can afford it. Not everybody's going to buy it. And trying to be everything to everybody or something for everybody is a great way to ruin your business and to go belly up, because you can't. You simply can't. You've got to stick to what you believe in. You've got to test it. If it's working, double down. Next question comes from Escobar Style 1. He wants to know, Aaron, what do you do? I want to start a YouTube channel. What do you do with all your video footage? And he talks about a memory card. What I do is a few things. For one, when you upload it to YouTube, it's there. You can always download it, you know, to your computer if you need it again in an MP4 form. You can also upload it to Google Drive. And what I do, because I'm a dinosaur, I've got a few external hard drives that basically, as I create video, I don't keep all of my video footage. Somebody like Casey Neistat, he talks about, he keeps everything that he's ever filmed. I'm not that guy. When I'm done a video, I dump the footage, I get it off my computer. I just don't need it. I can edit. If I need to change something, I can pull that video into my software, cut it, chop it, edit it if I need to. But in terms of the raw footage, I get rid of that. I only keep the produced videos. And where I store them on YouTube, external hard drives. I have a folder on my computer that basically each month I pull over there after I publish a video, the videos that have been published, and then I will store it on external hard drives, 2 of them, just because I've got thousands and thousands of videos and they are my gold, and so I don't like to have all my eggs in one basket, and so I store them in different places. But great question. Ken Hicks says, consider changing bottle or cap color, AM yellow for sun, PM. This is the second question about changing cap color. Just read, dude, read. We're not changing that. It's like, I get it, but come on. Cameron Dixon has an incredible question. He says, hey Aaron, just curious, what got you into skincare versus any other product in the grooming industry? You seem to have a lot of experience with a lot of different products. What made you want to do skincare with Tiege Hanley? Great question, Cameron. Now, for the record, I also have a hair product company, which is Pete and Pedro. It was on Shark Tank, if you missed it. And the reason I started Pete and Pedro is very similar to the reason I started Tiege Hanley. And that was I was frustrated. I was frustrated because with Pete and Pedro, I didn't feel like there was one line that all of the products, the pomades, the paste, the putties, the gels, the shampoo, the conditioner, all were awesome. You'd find a line and maybe their fiber or pomade would be good, but then their paste would suck, or their shampoo was terrible, or whatever it was. And I was frustrated, and so I was like, yo, I can do this better. Tiege Hanley, very similar. I was super frustrated. Both myself, Rob Kelly, and our chemists were frustrated that the skincare was doing it wrong. They I mean, the whole reason why we started the business was because the skincare industry and big skincare companies were doing it wrong. They were not offering you a solution to a skincare issue or to help you look great. They were trying to sell you 27,000 products. And like, if you go on and look at like Jack Black, very popular men's skincare company, they have like 70 products. How can you determine which products you need, which ones are crap, and which ones they're just trying to sell you because they wanted to come out with another product to sell you that doesn't do anything? All the companies do that, all of them. And so the other issue is that it was super expensive. Like, I was spending literally close to $300 a month on my skincare because whether or not you believe it or not, I have taken really good care of my skin since the age of around 30. It was the first, I saw a picture when I was 30, and I started to get like crow's feet and lines in my forehead, and I'm like, oh God, I'm getting older. And so it was tough for me. I'm like, I always see myself as this young, 20-year-old, and all of a sudden I'm like, hey, I'm not getting any younger. And so from the age of 30, I started taking really good care of myself, and I started researching different products, and I came up with a product, basically a system that I would do on myself, and I was spending upwards of $300 a month. And I was annoyed. I'm like, this is crazy expensive. If I have all these guys that I talk to on YouTube that want to take care of their skin, what am I going to do? Try and tell them that from nothing to you need to spend $300? It was absurd. And that's when I started researching, really what the costs are, what good products actually have in them. And when I found Rob and Kelly, I found out that they had the same issue and that they wanted to do something, and the chemist, and it was just this, it was like the universe. The skincare universe was like opening up, and a ray of sunshine was like, here, do this. And so hopefully that answers your question. The system was broken, and we knew we could do it better. Last question, because I know that I'm probably going long here. The Tiege Cinema has a great question, and it has to do with YouTube, and it's interesting. He says, in a nutshell, why do I do videos like top 5, 10 ways, 3 steps in your title, as opposed to just calling it how to take care of your skin the best way? And what I've come to realize is just through trial and error that people respond more. I respond more. When I see a video, I want simple, I want steps, I want, a number. Guys respond to that. And when I started doing that, because I was one of the first, if not the first, in the industry, YouTube industry, men's lifestyle space, to actually do that, I found that people really liked it, and the view counts were higher, and people were staying longer in the video, as opposed to just the best way to take care of your skin. It's a little bit more, it makes sense. I mean, it tells what the video is, but it's a little bit more generic. Guys, for whatever reason, they responded, and the data showed that people like tips, steps, limiting it, and what I found is like 10 is a little bit too long. 5 is good, 6 is good, 3 is good, under 7 is best. Hopefully that helps. Gentlemen, I'm going to wrap it up there because I've got so much creative juice rocking through these bodies. I thought of a video that I want to film that I will probably post on Monday. See, I just filmed a video that I've wanted to film for the past like 5 years, how to dance, right? It's like, I don't know the exact title, but it's going to post on Monday. A lot of guys are asking me, yo, Alpha, I want to dance. How do I don't know how to dance. And I've always been like, I don't want to talk about that. I did it. I finally did it, and it was so much fun to do. I told you, I'm brimming with creativity, and all it took was me to get into a really serious funk, and I feel great. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I'm sorry that I kind of half-assed it on the questions this week. I just wanted to talk to you about something I'm really dealing with. And so, thanks for listening. Sorry for hijacking it. Not really sorry. Down in the comments, questions. Business questions, Tiege questions. Next week, I promise, I will answer a lot more of them. And we've also got a lot of things happening that I'll catch you up to speed on. But all in all, everything's good. Still moving forward. If you have not tried Tiege Hanley, what the heck are you waiting for? Link below. Thanks for watching. We love you more than I love my double monk strap shoes. I was looking like I had them on. I've got flip-flops on. Guys, see you next week.